technical difficulties this morning. Good Monday morning. It now just says record and it doesn't say record to the cloud, which is very scary. I hope that it's recording to the cloud and not my computer, because every time it does that, it's no good. It's so hard to find and unwind. So let's hope that it just did the right thing. Of course, this is the Monday of all Mondays because we were on vacation for a week, and it is always so hard to get back in the groove after a really long vacation of enjoying your friends and your family. And I hope everybody who had their spring breaks already enjoyed their time like we did. And if you haven't had yours already, I hope that you enjoy this week. It does say it's recording to the cloud. Thank you. I don't know why it didn't say that on my end. I appreciate all. I'm going to say this again. Thank you guys so much for who get on here live. I know that we stream this out in a lot of different places so people can catch the recording. We try to just get our free training that we do out there into the interwebs for as many people to partake in it as humanly possible. But we hop on here live on Zoom on purpose. Like, we could go live, we could pre-record these, push them out everywhere and not have people on live, but we love seeing everybody's faces on Mondays and Wednesday mornings. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you because it helps hold us accountable too, right? When we have people there that are counting on us to provide something and be present, you could very easily on a Monday morning after a long vacation talk yourself out of getting up and doing the workout and the shower and the get ready to get on camera and to be there for other people. So it's part of the reason why we've done it for, gosh, I don't know. I have no idea, 5 years now, 4 years, something like that, every single Monday and Wednesday morning, because we like showing up, and you guys help us hold ourselves accountable in our own businesses by being here and gathering as a group. So we really appreciate you. If you want to share this out to other people, you can always invite them to come on here live, but we also obviously push this out. I've been working on getting email sequences out. I know Sid is going to be getting hers out as well in the same fashion. If you guys are not on that email list and aren't getting the reminders on Monday mornings about what's coming, or getting the reminders about what this whole month is going to be about, or getting I think Wednesday, another email goes out with all the places it's recorded and linked in there. If you're not getting those, please, you drop your email in the chat comments now. And I will get you added to that. Make sure you put your name with it, especially if you're like, Pillow Talk XYZ at AOL.com, that old email address that you have. I have no idea who you are when you do that. So please put your name with it. And we'll get you added to that list so that we can push those out to you as well. And you will get all kinds of other things and reminders as well of things that we have coming up and things that we're doing. So if you're not on that list and you want to be on that list, please do so. We have both of our recordings that go out on Spotify. We have them on our YouTube channel, and we stream them into our pages as well. So I want to talk, this whole month is totally about getting unstuck. I know that over the course, I felt stuck this morning. Okay. Coming back from vacation and having that time off and shutting down for a week, while it's so necessary and I needed it, I think I actually overdid it for the 6 months leading up to that vacation, because I got on the vacation and I literally did nothing besides log in and do my Monday morning, because I promised I would be there. But I'll tell you what, if I hadn't held myself accountable and told you guys that I was going to do that, I probably would have paused it for the week, but I told everybody I was going to be there. So I had to see how that works. But after having a whole week like that, you kind of get this spot where you're stuck, and how do you get the engine rolling again? I even thought about, we have a team meeting this evening, and then I have my mastermind kicks off tonight. The first group call kicks off tonight. I have a long day starting here first thing in the morning and going all the way until 10 o'clock tonight. So it's a long day. And getting that engine running again is kind of hard sometimes. We get stuck in patterns. So this whole month, I really want to talk about all the different things that can get us stuck and how we overcome those obstacles. Because I know that as we go through our business ebbs and flows, our network marketing businesses, our regular businesses, all of the stuff that we do, our workout journeys, our health journeys, whatever it is, we can get stuck in these ruts, right? And then sometimes what happens is people don't even have any clue on how to get out of those. So they stay in this pattern of stuckness, or they go into a little bit of like, let's call it depression, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of, I don't know how to get out of this pattern. So let me just stay here until someone comes dragging me out, because I don't know how to do it on my own. And so I want to give us some things to work through each week over this next month. And then I will give you a preview. By the way, if you are a part of our app, the Hustle and Slay app, I have to tell you, there was a little glitch this morning. I think it's fixed. If it's not, please let us know for you. But we had an unpublished April, Sydney's April live challenge, the 21-day challenge that she's published for this month. The publish button didn't get checked. And so people were like, hey, where's our content for the month? So if you are one of our attendees of that, or one of our subscribers, better said, it is turned on now. You should be able to access it. So with my getting unstuck for this whole month, I'm going to do some coaching on it, some training on it, but I'm going to actually publish a challenge for the following month of May, all about getting unstuck. And so if you are part of our app and you want to participate in that, it's going to be all kinds of activities on how to work through things like that. And then you will have the skill set. Here's my goal between this month and next month's challenge. The goal is to give you framework on anytime you feel stuck in business, in life, in relationships, in health, your health journey. You will have the ability to go back and work through those things and get unstuck very quickly. Okay. So I know that there are ebbs and flows in businesses all the time. Some months we are crushing it, right? Like we are hitting every bonus, every target, every rank, all the things. It's so fun. We have all these new people. We're just like earning the trips and all of the stuff, and it's great. And then we hit these like moments where everything seems to just slow way down. People are quitting on you. You don't feel as motivated. You have some life happen. Money's not flowing as good as it was, and you get stuck. And then you stay there because you're not sure how to get out. And then sometimes we even quit our business, or we just go back to the, oh, well, I know how to work a 9 to 5 and get paid for that, so I might as well just go back and do that, because that's easy. I don't have to think, and I don't have to get myself out of a rut. I just have to go and to do what the boss tells me to do. And that's show up every day and do what I'm supposed to do. And then we stay stuck in that mental spot. Well, hey, in today's economy, we don't really even have that option anymore. I don't know how many of you are realizing the cost of everything is going up drastically and fast. So if you are working a regular 9 to 5, here's my message for you. You better find a side hustle, and you better get to work on it, because your boss is not giving you the raise that's going to meet the demand of the increase in cost of living. It is a well-known fact that over the last 12 months and over the next 12 months, people's income, you're going to take about a 2-month loss. I think it's 2 months, a 2-month loss. Yes. Thank you, Joey. He spits this one out for me all the time. You're going to take a 2-month loss in your salary, essentially, is what this equates to. You can't afford to get stuck, and you can't afford to just stay at that 9 to 5. Okay. I'm going to get a little off on a tangent, but if you haven't created something of your own yet, I highly recommend that you do. And whether that be network marketing or your own business from home, online business is so easy to do now. But man, is it so easy to overanalyze and cause paralysis in our life. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple of my own personal examples. One of the businesses that I started was a health and wellness spa. Father's a chiropractor, came to me. I had my own online business from home. No regrets here, by the way. I learned so much by doing this business. But when my dad came to me and said, I'm kind of on the road of retirement, but I'd like to open, a place a little closer to home. I can work a little bit as a chiropractor. You can run the anti-aging spa side. And what girl says no to that, right? Like, okay, let's do it. So I sold my online business I was running from home, and we opened up a health and wellness spa. In this instance, I did not analyze enough. I wasn't in enough control. I had the business degree, love my dad. He had the chiropractic degree, okay? But when it came to the decision making, he was financing most of this adventure. And so he was making a lot of the decisions that really should have probably been left to the person with the business and marketing degree. So we put it in a location that was not good for if you weren't going to do a whole lot of advertising. And I didn't have a role in the company other than being able to run the business. So guess what happened? We could pay all of the employees to do facials and massage, and he could get paid from his, insurance claims on, his chiropractic care. How was I getting paid? If the business was slow and we didn't do enough business, how was I getting paid? I didn't analyze enough on that one, though I don't regret it because there was a lot of experience that I learned through that process. Now, a network marketing company that I got involved in, I did too much analysis and wasted 6 months of time. I could have jumped into that company when I look back 7 years ago, it'll be 8 years in August. I watched the company for actually about 8 months, and I analyzed and overanalyzed and analyzed to the point of causing paralysis in my life and not knowing what to do. And I finally just went to God and said, tell me what to do. I need you to just tell me what to do. And finally, when I did that, within a couple of weeks, it was clear as day what I was supposed to do. And I made that shift, but I kicked myself, and I still do, that I did not start that business 8 months sooner. And I over analyzed everything about it and wasted a lot of time and cost myself a lot of money. Now, here's another one. More recently, I have been asked to do my own coaching, my own courses, my own masterminds for a really long time. I have had so many requests for people to pay me for coaching in other network marketing companies, in regular business, in my own network marketing company. And I've always said no, because I thought it was unfair to the people that I should be giving free coaching to that are on my network marketing team. That wasn't smart. It was not smart on my own part. I should have been monetizing on my own skill set, even if it was outside and doing it in other realms. I have overanalyzed this one piece in my life for 5+ years. And now I am on a mission to help a lot of other people not do that to themselves, because I'm at a crossroads here in my business and personal life where I really do want my own thing and could have helped a whole lot of people a whole lot sooner. And I overanalyzed this one, and I'm going to help people jump in much faster now to do the things that they have superpowers and can go help other people with. So those are just some of my personal examples on not analyzing enough and overanalyzing. So how do we meet in the middle and figure out what is too much analysis and causing paralysis, and what is jumping in too fast? So today, and the course of the rest of the weeks of this month, I will go over some things that will help you. So, top 5 reasons why people get themselves into the mode of analysis causing paralysis, and how we can get out of those. So, perfectionism is number 1. And I will tell you that that's probably part of the reason why I did not start my own courses, masterminds, things like that. I mean, I had a lot of other businesses going on at the same time, so that's part of it. But perfectionism was a problem. I wanted every single box to be checked, every single thing to be a perfectly aligned, even though I know that I can always rely back on my skill set to teach, train, coach, and push people forward. I wanted to have all of the boxes checked and all of the perfect things all ready to go. And you know what's funny is I never actually did that. I do have a lot of material, and they're getting it in pieces as we go week by week. And some of it's already pre-done and some of it's still being built. It didn't need to be perfect. I just needed to start. Right. And sometimes we just need to do that in all of our businesses and all of the things that we do. It doesn't have to be perfect before you get started. And perfectionism will keep us stuck for so long, instead of just jumping in and working through it as you go. So as I coach people in business, I will give you some of the pieces and basics and building blocks I think that you need. And then as soon as we get those complete, we're going to jump in and we're going to build as we go. Yes, Perfectionism is, I mean, exactly. Perfectionism can become so stifling. We're going to make mistakes along the way. There's a proven fact. I think I actually put this in my email, a study that was done by, was it UPS? Let me see if I can find it really quick. I'll go back and look for it. If you didn't get the email this morning, definitely let me know, and I will try to push that out. Actually, I have a list of like 15 or 20 things that are going to go out in the email after this, that are going to be some things that you guys can work through to help with getting unstuck. But there's a whole study on the, oh my gosh, I want to go find this email now, but I don't want to stall out here. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Here it is. According to a survey by UPS, 47% of respondents who have considered starting a business admitted that fear of failure had prevented them from taking the first step. Overanalyzing and indecision were the main factors holding them back. So the fear of failure, a lot of the time, has to do with perfectionism and getting stuck in that perfectionism, right? So that is like one of the number one things that will stall you out, is trying to make everything perfect before you actually do it. Fear of failure is number two. So people who are afraid to make mistakes or failing may find themselves paralyzed when it comes to decision making. They may be afraid of the consequences of making the wrong choice and spend a lot of time analyzing the situation, trying to make sure they don't make a mistake. Now, I will say, in some experience that I've had in businesses and working with a lot of people on teams and having partnership businesses, a lot of people will not step up to the plate and take ownership and go, for fear of doing it wrong or fear of failing at it. So they don't ever want to be the person in charge. Well, guess what? As a business owner, you have to be the person in charge. Any type of business that you own, whether it's a network marketing business where you have a big team underneath you, or a brick and mortar business, or an online business that you sell products or services through, you have to take ownership in that. You have to be the leader. And I will tell you, in network marketing, one of the number one reasons I find, literally, I want to say it is the number one reason, the number one reason why you stay stuck at the little ranks and never make it to the top, is because you don't take ownership. You don't take leadership and you don't take ownership because you are afraid of failing. You are afraid of people telling you that you let them down. You are afraid that people are going to point fingers at you if you don't make it to the top. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Right? We are afraid of what people are going to say, so we never do it all the way. So we don't have people counting on us. That's a big one. Fear of failure, not taking ownership, digging in and creating that leadership position yourself, because you are so afraid that you're going to fail and let other people down that you never take the baby steps in the very beginning for that leadership role. Now, if you today are in a network marketing business and find yourself not growing at the rate that you would like to, I will almost guarantee it's because you haven't taken on a leadership role and taken ownership of that team and business. Not all the time, but I'll say that it's probably a big reason why. You wait for other people to do all of the things. You wait for other people to present. You wait for other people to make the call. You wait for other people to run the contest, the challenges. You wait for other people to tell you where to go and how to be there, because you're used to the 9-to-5 boss mentality of telling you what to do. Joey is staring me in the face like that's making me scared. He's going to yell at me after this. But I can almost guarantee that's what it is. And if you, so I do believe that network marketing is also a stepping stone for being a business owner in other realms, because it's going to teach you so much. But how will you ever own another business on your own? Maybe doing maybe you finding your superpower and launching that into the interwebs or a brick and mortar type business. How will you ever do that if we can't even take the first steps in a small network marketing team and be the leader and be the owner and create all the things, create the presentation, create the virtual meetups, create the events in your town, be the responsible one. Don't be scared of taking that risk and no one showing up. Don't be afraid of not of putting it all together and it fails the first time or two. It's going to. We have to. And it's going that all of that is also going to be true for any type of business that you own. We overanalyze and we are so scared of the result that we just don't ever dig in and do it ourselves anyways. And that's why people don't follow you in network marketing. They're not sure what they're following. You want people to follow you, you got to give them something to follow. And that's a very sure, not fear-based leader who will dig in, put all of the moving parts together, will run, and then they can follow you. But until you do that, you might get lucky and get a few people on board. But what do you want to join? Do you want to join somebody who's like ready to rock and roll and is going to, I know, like if I was to ever join another network marketing company in my life that was already up and running and ready to rock and roll, I would be finding the leader who's running things and I'd join them. I would not be joining somebody who is kind of posting on social media and yeah, they're good in their stories and they have some fancy graphics and that looks good. No, I'm gonna find somebody who goes live. I'm gonna find somebody who's talking about inviting me to opportunity meetings all the time that they're running, their pictures on the graphic, their event, their place, their hometown, they're doing stuff, they're flying places, they're putting stuff together. That's who I'm joining. So if you think that you are doing all of the do and you are not growing, there's an internal picture we need to look at. And we're probably overanalyzing things, afraid of failure, and we're paralyzed by it. And we're not growing and we're not leveling up and we're not moving forward. Number 3, overthinking. How many of you are overthinkers? I am an overthinker. I am a recovering overthinker. Last night, I overthought everything about today. I knew I had a long day. It kept me up all night last night. Don't ask me why. It's so ridiculous. I have a very long day planned, but there's no reason why it should have kept me up all night. I just had myself overthinking. Overthinking can lead to analysis paralysis because people get stuck in a cycle of thinking and rethinking their options. They spend too much time analyzing the situation and not enough time making a decision. I'm going to go back to what I just said. Who do you want to follow into a business? Who do you want to follow into a coaching program? Who do you want to follow into a network marketing team? Who do you want to follow on social media? It's people who can make very quick decisions. They may not always be the right decisions. And it doesn't matter, but I'm guarantee you're going to follow the person who makes decisions quickly, not the person that's like, oh, what do you think? I had a business partner once. Every time we would get into a decision-making process, it would be, well, what do you think? And I was always the one left making the decisions. They never wanted to take ownership. They also don't have a lot of people that follow them because it was always me. It was always me making the decisions. It was always me making the call. It was always me. Those are the type of people who will create some big stuff. You got to be able to make some decisions. You cannot overthink everything. We got to come through some processes to do that. Okay. So lack of information is number 4. So there was why I made some big mistakes in my very first, no, that wasn't my very first brick and mortar store or business, but the spa that I owned with my father. I had lack of information. I should have spent some more time on that one. So there is times where you do need to slow down and analyze things. I don't want people just racing into decisions, jumping in with both feet and not doing some analyzing. We do need to do it. But sometimes we just need more information before we can. Number 3 was overthinking, Shelley. Number 5, decision fatigue. Making too many decisions can lead to decision fatigue, which can cause analysis paralysis. Because and I know this is true because my brain, like I have all these things I want to accomplish. And I could, on some days when it is firing like crazy, I will get up, let's call it a Monday morning, fire. I have all these things I want to get accomplished. We call this bang time, right? All of the stuff is flowing in. And then I get to the afternoon and I'm like, oh my God, there's so many decisions I have to make about all of that stuff that just like flew through my brain this morning. That by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes I'm like, I'm done. I want to walk out of my office. I don't want to do this anymore today. because I have just overwhelmed myself with too many decisions. So I've learned to like dump a ton of stuff into my notes, and I use Trello like it is my Bible for business, because I have to have somewhere to dump all of that stuff as I think of it, so that I don't get decision fatigue and I can go back to it later. But we have to have those systems and processes in place, right? We got to know first, look in the mirror, figure out what we're doing wrong, and then have some things that we have like as our go-tos where we can throw things through a decision-making process. Another side note on number 5, which is what my mastermind's getting ready to unlock this coming Wednesday, is core values. I put it in there because I think it's one of the most important things, and it will help you with decision-making processes and not cause a slowdown when you have too much important stuff on your plate that you have to filter through. When you have core values in place for your business, your team, your network marketing, whatever it is, when you have those already set up, when a decision comes in that you have to make, you can filter it through this checklist really fast, and the decision is almost made for you. You don't even have to make it, because now you know it aligns with your core values, which we will choose some of those. And then we will put all decisions through that, so that at the end of the day, your business is still flowing like you want it to, and you're not doing things that you don't want to. Every time I find myself out of alignment and not liking what I'm doing, it's because I did not put that decision through my core value system. I'm getting better at it. I'm still not quite there. I haven't perfected it, but I am getting there. So I'm trying to teach people along the way to do this, because I have caused some massive destruction in some businesses by not having core values set up first. And I know, like, I'm putting the program together, I'm like, okay, we start with mindset, because I got to make sure that we are like all on the same page and we are clear and we know where we're headed and know how I can help, because a lot of people get stuck with mindset issues and then move into core values, because I know that all of the decisions we have to make after that have to filter through that system, because if they don't, you're going to end up unhappy with your end result, your business at the end of this and where it's headed, because we didn't filter it properly through the right channels. So if you find yourself getting decision fatigue, maybe we don't have the right value system put in place to put those through, but also we need a system to like brain dump and put things, like if that's a notebook by your bed at night or in the morning when you wake up, so you can brain dump and then put it into a system that is electronic. In my personal opinion, to be able to carry something on the go with you, I was stuck in the car for 17 hours driving. I wasn't driving, I was the passenger. Man, I had so much stuff I could work on because I had brain dumped, and I went back through all of those brain dumps. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to work on that. I still needed to make a decision about it. That's why I never started it. But I have all of that electronically. That's why I use Trello so much. Okay, we're almost out of time. So really quickly, and you can get my follow-up email that's going to have a bunch of things that you can work on for getting unstuck and avoiding analysis paralysis. If you dumped your email in here for me, I will make sure that I add you to our email list. Yeah, and I'm not sure why you're not. You might want to check your spam, because you should be getting them. I have you on our email list, but I will double check that you are in there too. Just check because you know, a lot of stuff just goes to junk and spam. You have to move it out and accept me as your friend. Okay. 5 really quick things. Set clear goals and priorities in your life. This is going to help you avoid analysis paralysis. Limit your options. Sometimes having way too many options of things that you want to do. I can talk about that till the cows come home, because I have totally given myself too many options. Sometimes I had like 17 ways I was going to produce revenue this year on multiple different businesses. And I literally had to like, even things I had already invested and spent a bunch of money on had to go, because I knew I needed to focus on just 2 very, very concise things, or I was going to give myself too many options and too many directions to run. And it is one of my worst faults. Let's call it that. Set deadlines. Got to have deadlines for things. I will help you organize your life, business life and personal life in Trello, and set lots of deadlines. Take action is number 4. And number 5, seek feedback. We sometimes can't see what's right in front of our face because we're so used to our own personal brain. Sometimes we need that mentor, that coach, and that person who can give us honest feedback. Sometimes your best friend is not that person. Love you, Sydney, but you will sometimes just tell me what I want to hear. No, actually, she doesn't. She most of the time tells me what I need to hear, but sometimes tells me what I want to hear. So make sure that you're finding somebody outside of that circle too, that's going to be a little tough sometimes. You might not like what they're going to say, but honest, good feedback is something you're going to need to move your business forward. That's why I think you show up here, because sometimes I tell you the hard things. I appreciate you guys tuning in on a Monday morning. Let's go kick off our week and get this party started. We have a lot of things to accomplish. Let's get unstuck this week and get some major things done. I am super excited for those of you who are in my mastermind, and we are going to meet tonight for a couple of hours, get to know each other a little bit, and start working on some massive projects for you. I am literally so excited. I cannot wait. I wish it was already 8:00 tonight. All right, guys. Bye, guys. If you're not on my email list, I will add you soon. And if you're not getting them and you think you should be on there, check your spam folder and unspam me. Okay.